Out of 450 voters, we had this as the results. 35 had said they used the BDS modules. 14% had said they used BAS or Behavior Analyst Supervisor. 15% had said they used SNABA, StudyNotesABA, and 36 had said they used either a mix of those or another supplier. What is going on, YouTube? Today I have a very special video for you guys today, because today I'm going to be going over a lot of the BCBA exam prep businesses or providers and telling you about their strengths. So I'm not really here to tell you which one not to use. I'm just going to tell you maybe why you want to use some and tell you which ones I used and why I like them. Before I get into these specific providers and tell you which one does what and how much is what, just know that everybody has a different learning style. So all of them that I'm going to present to you today might not fit for how you want to learn or how you want to absorb the material. For example, some may be heavy on lectures, while others may be heavy on questions and mocks. So whichever one you prefer is the one you're going to want to go with. And I will also go over prices, like I said a little bit earlier, but if price is a thing, there's going to be certain providers for you, as many are very expensive and some are very cheap. Last thing I'm going to mention before I truly jump into today's video is that I am not being paid to present this information, okay? I am not being told by these companies and given a certain amount of money to tell you how great they are. I'm just coming to give you the truth, their prices, and what I think of their company. However, I will tell you that some of these providers did provide me with free materials. But with that said, if you do not know me already, I am Troy. Now that we got that out of the way, cue the intro. Starting off hot, jumping right into it, I'm going to start with the BDS modules. This is a very popular choice out of all the providers. Now, a lot of the times you hear people saying they're too hard or they suck. Yes, these modules are hard, guys. They are going to make you think. They are going to make you sweat. They are going to make you grind. However, if you look at the data, they have a 98.5% first-time pass rate. So I don't know what's more aversive, doing a bunch of modules or failing over and over. Now, I did the BDS modules and I attribute this to me first time passing, okay? I did use a lot of other things. I used study notes, BAS, which I will get into, but I attribute my first time passing to these BDS modules. They were hell, I will admit that. Those 3 months of doing them were terrible. I was equipped with the knowledge to pass the test. So again, if you want to think about it, what is more aversive, going through the troubles of these modules or failing the exam over and over again? Out of all the providers, I attribute this one to be one of the top. But again, like I had said in the intro, you might learn differently. So if you don't want to answer a bunch of questions, these modules aren't going to be for you. If you are lecture learning heavy, or you want to absorb the information through lectures, these modules are not going to be for you. So me saying that they're the top provider is actually incorrect. So I want to take that back. I want to let you know that they were the top for me, okay? But if you want lectures, you're going to want something else. But with that said, let's jump into their prices. So the BDS modules most popular package is the 6-month package, which is going to be $429. It is going to be one of the most expensive providers. I will be honest with that. They are a little bit overpriced. However, 98.5 first time pass rate, guys, speaks for itself. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to Pearson and you want to take this exam and you want to become a BCBA, I'm guessing you want to pass. So if you're having trouble, I highly suggest you do the BDS modules if you haven't done them already. A lot of universities actually require their students to do them because of how proven they are. The last thing to mention about the BDS modules is that they are so confident in their product that they will give full money back guaranteed if you follow their policy, which includes doing all of the modules to 100% fluency within 6 months of your exam. And if you do not pass, they offer a full money back guaranteed policy. So yes, they are overpriced, like I had said, very expensive. However, if you don't pass, they are willing to give you your money back as long as you were willing to put in the full effort during their modules. The second BCBA exam prep provider I'm going to be going over today is Behavior Analyst Supervisor, also known as BAS. Now, if you are someone who wants to absorb lectures, take very difficult mock exams, this is going to be your provider. So they have two different packages. They offer the Crash Crush It course, I can't remember if that's the exact name, but that's for $299. You get 2 mock exams and all the lectures. And they have a all you need guaranteed package for $499, which I had this package. It was given to me and it was amazing, guys. You get lectures, tutoring, videos, and you get 4 different mock exams as well as mini mocks for each letter of the task list. The one thing I will give this provider, BAS, is that they have the best mock exams. I mean, guys, they are so hard. I didn't get above 90% on any of their mock exams, and I got above 90s on everybody's mock exams by the time I was done studying. That is how difficultly worded these mock exams are. And the best part about their mock exams is that you can take them in 3 different ways. You can take them timed, so you can take them under the real conditions that you will have to be in at Pearson. You can also take them untimed, so you can casually just go through the questions and sit down and do them and see how you're doing on time. And you can do them by automatic feedback right away per question. And that was one of my favorite options because sometimes we don't want to sit down for 4 hours and take a whole mock exam before we get the results and feedback. And in fact, waiting 4 hours to get your feedback might actually be hurting you sometimes. When you take the mock exam they have where you get feedback right away, you answer 1 question, get feedback. Answer 1 question, get feedback. Answer 1 question, get feedback. You see what I'm saying? In behavior analysis, we know how important it is to get your feedback right away. And that was one of the best things that I attribute to this provider. When it comes to price, BAS is definitely going to be on the higher side. I get that. So if price is a worry, this might not be the provider for you. However, I can promise you that they are proven. What they provide you is good. The next provider we're going to go over in today's video is StudyABA. No, not StudyNotesABA, StudyABA. There's a difference. When it comes to their modules, it's very similar to the BDS modules. However, the wording is a little bit more updated to how we talk today, if that makes sense. The BDS modules are going to be so jargon heavy compared to StudyABA. However, they have a very similar process. You do the modules, you complete them to fluency, and you take a mock before and after the modules. Very similar to BDS. In fact, it's the same, but worded different. Now, when it comes to pricing, StudyABA is going to be way better priced. So if price is a worry and you want to do the whole module process where you're answering questions and getting feedback right away, then I highly recommend going StudyABA. But I thought that their mock exams were a bit on the easier side, if that makes sense. However, if you look at the data, it still shows that they're proven. So it says that 99.2 pass rate after passing the StudyABA mock. So people that passed their StudyABA mock ended up passing the real exam. I had felt that their mock exam was easy, but still, that is proven data. 98.3 say that their mocks were helpful in passing the exam. I will attest to that. Just because I'm saying it's easy doesn't mean I don't think it helped me pass the exam. They're learning opportunities, guys. So if you're looking for something similar to BDS and you want something worded a bit easier and you want something cheaper, StudyABA is for you. So now I'm going to be talking about StudyNotesABA, different than StudyABA. So StudyNotesABA, you might know from Instagram, and you might know Liat Sachs. She is the face of StudyNotesABA. So they actually gave me a free 1-month cram collective, so shout out to them for that. Before we get back to the video, a quick word from today's sponsor. Is your team's performance not up to par? Or do you host a professional conference and are looking for someone with expertise and a large network to speak? If so, I have someone who might be the perfect fit, Dr. Pauly, a Wall Street Journal and USA Today best author. Alongside this, he is a powerhouse of organizational improvement. With over 35,000 followers across social media and a top 3% globally ranked podcast, Dr. Pauly's insights into leadership and performance are not just influential, they are proven. He is a renowned figure in behavior science and brings a wealth of knowledge and practical techniques straight to your door. He specializes in turning potential into peak performance. Dr. Pauly's methods are not just theory, they're about real-world results. So why settle for mediocrity when excellence is within reach? His engaging keynotes and comprehensive training gigs are specifically tailored to inspire change, foster development, and promote a culture of continuous improvement. Click on the link in the description to book an appointment with Dr. Pauly for your next keynote or training event and witness the phenomenal transformation that awaits. It's time to get back to the video, and thank you, Dr. Pauly, for sponsoring today's video. And I will admit, the collective is great. So if you are someone who wants to learn from lectures and you absorb information, then the collective is probably going to be best for you, because I personally thought it was one of the best materials used for the lectures. Now, I will admit StudyNotesABA is going to be one of the highest priced providers. In fact, I think they might have the most expensive materials. Their mock exams themselves are $100, and that is one of the most expensive you're going to find for mocks. Next, some of their collectives run up to $1,000. So if you're willing to break the bank, then you can go with StudyNotesABA. But in my humble opinion, their strengths are not their mocks. Their strengths are Liat and their lectures. Liat is hilarious. The examples she comes up with, you will not forget, which is something you want when you're taking an exam, okay? Some examples are just so funny that they still sit in my head. So if you're looking for lectures, StudyNotesABA, everyone. Let me just elaborate really quick on what I meant about their mock exams not being their strengths. I just think that they're very easy. However, go with their collective. Their collective is like no other. They lecture like no other. Liat is hilarious. StudyNotesABA, everyone. Highly proven provider. Go check them out. So the next provider we're going to be talking about today is Behaviorfy. Before I jump into talking about all their materials, I have to be honest and say that I did not use any of them. However, I do have a strong social media connection with Rosangela. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. That is who runs Behaviorfy. So it might sound biased, but the results are still proven, guys. Even though I didn't use them, I know many people who did use this provider and passed the first try. And in fact, the best part about Behaviorfy is that if you are worried about price, Behaviorfy is your move. They are cheaper than every single provider out there. So if you're worried about price, forget the first 4 providers I've talked about. Go straight to Behaviorfy because they have the best pricing on the market. Alongside this, she has a very strong presence on social media, and she also does a collab mock exam with the Behavior Shorty, who also has a strong presence on Instagram. So I would highly recommend going to follow both of those socials right now. And in fact, if you're just looking for a mock exam, take their mock exam because 2 different BCBAs collaborated on one mock exam, probably making it one of the best on the market. And like I said, Behaviorfy, best pricing, hands down. So if price is a worry, go to Behaviorfy right now on Instagram. We only have 3 more providers left in today's video, and the next one is Pass the Big ABA Exam. I did have their most popular product, which is the manual. However, I didn't use it at all. And there's a reason for that, okay? It's not because I didn't like it. I had the 5th edition manual while I took the test under the 6th edition, so it just didn't work out. I didn't use their manual, but it's one of their most popular products. A lot of people just buy that manual and pass first try. Alongside this, they offer a variety of products. They have mock exams, mini mock exams, the manual, like I had said, lectures. They pretty much have everything, and they're one of the most popular providers used. They've been proven since like the 2010s. I've also heard from word of mouth that their mock exam, the most popular one sold, is very hard. Now, I don't know if they're going to be harder than the Behavior Analyst Supervisor ones, BAS, which was the second provider I talked about in this video, because those ones were ridiculous. But I've heard that this mock exam is very good. So if you're looking for a solid mock exam and you're looking for a variety of different materials like manuals, lectures, all that, the whole package, I would go check out Pass the Big ABA Exam. The 7th and second to last provider we're talking about today is Understanding Behavior. You might see their logo as UB, and I'm recommending them because you can go to their Instagram right now and get a ton of free mock questions. I didn't purchase anything from Understanding Behavior, but I did use their free mock questions on Instagram. So I highly recommend you go to their Instagram and get those free learning opportunities. The free questions on Instagram are very thought-provoking. They're not just going to be you read the question, there's one obvious answer, and that's good. That's what you want out of the mock exams. And I'm guessing because the questions on Instagram are like that, their mocks are going to be strong. You can go to their website, Understanding Behavior, and look at their mock exam bundles because they're very cheap. They have some for only $139. So like I said, go check out their Instagram first, see if you like their style of questions, and then maybe go buy some mock exams. So the last provider I'm going to talk about today is AATBS. And all I took from them was one mock exam, and I loved it. So AATBS stands for the Association for Advanced Training in the Behavioral Sciences. And the reason I really want to mention them today is not just because I took one mock exam, but they offer a free 20-question mock exam. So visit their website, aatbs.com, and take their free 20-question mock exam and see if you like it. Because then if you do, you might buy their mock exam. Now, I will admit, this is not a known brand. Many BCBAs have probably never even heard of AATBS for BCBA Exam Prep. But if you want a good mock exam, go check them out. They also offer tutoring, self-study, and mock exam and quiz bundles. But in the end, you might as well go take that free 20-question mock because it is 20 free learning opportunities. There's 2 honorable mention suppliers that I want to mention before I end today's video. Number 1 is ABA Wizard. They have an app where you can practice free questions for every letter of the task list. I actually did some of them. They're very basic questions. So if you're just starting out with studying, I highly recommend you check out that app. The other one I want to mention is a YouTube page called ABA Exam Review. They have a lot of free material. Just some honorable mentions to end here. Go check them out. You know I had to end this video with the data because as behavior analysts and BCBAs, we need to be looking at the data. So I posted a story with a poll at my Instagram. If you don't follow me already, go to @behavioralstories on Instagram, drop a follow. But if you were one of those voters, you're already gonna know the results. But out of 450 voters, or 450 plus voters, we had this as the results. 35 had said they used the BDS modules. 14% had said they used BAS or Behavior Analyst Supervisor. 15% had said they used SNABA, StudyNotesABA, and 36 had said they used either a mix of those or another supplier. You know I had to end this video on giving you my honest opinion on what I think the best suppliers are. All 3 suppliers that I'm mentioning in this category are the 3 that I use the most, so this is going to be somewhat biased. So remember, this isn't a correct or incorrect answer, I'm just telling you what I think, and we all learn differently, so it might not be the same for you. But best lectures goes to SNABA, StudyNotesABA, because their collective is the best lecture, in my opinion. Liat is hilarious. This is mainly going to be chosen because of Liat's ability to present you examples. Best mock exams goes to Behavior Analyst Supervisor, or BAS. Those things are so hard, you will have a difficult time reading the question and finding the answer. There's not just one obvious answer, which many suppliers have mocks like that. And last, the best overall supplier for me, and this might just be mainly because I use them the most, that's the BDS modules. 98.5 first time pass rate speaks for itself. That is all we have time for today, my people. So if you used any of these providers, drop a comment down below about your experience so we can all learn. Again, we all learn differently. We all might prefer different providers. So it's up to you to find the best one that fits for your learning style. For every single provider that I mentioned today, I will leave a link to one of their socials in the description, whether that be a website, Instagram page, YouTube, etc. Drop a comment down below about any of these providers if you used them so we can all know best before purchasing their products. My name is Troy, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, please smash the like button, subscribe to help the channel, and turn on notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss a video. Before I end today's video, I want to remind everyone that I am donating 10% of my 2025 YouTube earnings to Special Olympics Nevada.